We are live. Live. I'm getting a weird... Okay, no. Never mind. Nothing weird.
Are you good? Are you
good,
Chris? Are you comfortable? Are you safe? Are you secure?
Hold on. Temperate. I'm feeling good. I feel it today. We're good. Unity's up. All right. We're good, Chloe. Let's take this away.
The channel. All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome to week 17 of Early Access with Savage Lands. I'm your community manager, Kittychix, and through the interwebs over that way on the screen is your game director, Chris Euryidium Rubior. Say hello, Chris.
Hello, everybody.
All right, and special guest momentarily on stream today is my roommate, Spirit Dragon, who is not really happy about being held. Hang on there. Stop.
Does he breathe fire?
No, but she does have little claws, and she's super unhappy with me. All right, there. Fine.
Let it go.
Down. All right.
It's gonna get you.
She will keep Moret amused, and see, I told you I'd bring her back. Okay, so yes, yeah, run away. Okay, she's running across my bedspread as we speak.
All right. So, Chloe,
right.
let's focus. Let's get serious. You ready? You want to get serious? All right.
What's serious?
I don't know.
We don't do serious here.
Shall I recap this
Yes.
week's awesome, or the last
Yes,
couple
you
of weeks
should.
awesome? Let's jump right in. So, guys, we've been working hard. We've put out a new update today. A lot of great stuff. Thanks to all those players out there that helped beta test. We found a few bugs. I've already fixed some things, but that'll, of course, be in the next patch. There are going to be some anomalies. We did some rework to the AI, so I'm sure you guys are going to find stuff. Bear with us. Make sure you post them up in our bug forums. The more detail that you can give us, the better it is, or the easier it is for us to track this stuff down and fix it. So thanks to that whole tree trunk issue with that one bug, that was actually, we found his bug with the skeleton that was twofold with creatures kind of getting stuck on trees, but we figured out what it was, at least parts of it. So anyway, we got a lot of good stuff, and of course some small stuff happens to sneak through. It's always par for the course. So what are you guys seeing? What you're going to see new audio triggers that have been added, or audio radius sphere triggers that have been added to all sorts of... That's like the worst possible way as a designer can actually describe an audio sphere.
How about audio zones?
No, that's the
They are
audio.
its own.
They're essentially audio triggers. They're
Right.
3D audio triggers, or that volumes that you can enter. That was, by the way, I'm actually disappointed in myself. Can we restart this stream, Chloe?
No.
That was,
Roll with it. Roll
All right.
with it. Learn how to roll with the punches, Chris.
Gotta roll with the punches. So, a lot of good stuff. The AI was one of the big overhauls. We fixed a few bugs here and there. Hopefully the animation swap issues on the hotbar have been corrected. We have the decay system that's now in place. I'm sure you guys are going to love that. Spirit Orbs are now in the game, which are a lot of good fun. I've already started seeing feedback come in on those. Of course, what we have in there is a first pass. I have more plans for those, as I have weapons that will require spirit shards and all sorts of cool stuff, and Spirit Orbs, and what Spirit Orbs will give to the player or provide to the player will evolve over time. So what you have in there is just kind of a first pass. So if anybody's out there going, they aren't that great, they will get better over time, and trust me, you'll want to have them on your persons. So what else we got? Forest Giants have been rebalanced, but of course, as I watch you guys play, I didn't do that great of a job in tweaking some stuff, so I made some tweaks to them yesterday night so that they'll turn on a dime and kill you. I've also reduced the time between attacks so they'll punch on the ground faster. So thanks to all you pros out there. I just love making the game more difficult. All right, how's that? That's cool, right? So, environments. Talked about the ambient audio, new and ruined sites. Hope you guys like the stuff you're starting to see out in the water. Really cool. I love adding that stuff into the world. It kind of helps sell the whole experience. So, again, the world will evolve over time. New camps. There's a couple new camps that I added to the map, especially over by Befallen. Hope you guys dig the new Befallen Tower, Cortazul. So, as was announced last week. And I hope you're digging the Spirit Wolves and Draymar. I've actually revamped Draymar. I did it yesterday. I added a detrimental sphere around him. So he is kind of a variant of a tortured skeleton or defiled skeleton. So, and he looks slow, but this detrimental sphere is pretty large. When you enter that sphere, your health, your cold, and your hunger will immediately start to tick down. So if you want to kite him, go right ahead, but chances are you're going to kite him while you're in that sphere. So you're going to have to come up with more ways, such as bows and arrows, to take him down. But it's a pretty large radius, so good luck. Let's see what else. So that's about it. That kind of covers everything in a nutshell. We're already starting on our next update. The way things are shaking down, everybody, it looks like we're going to get into a rhythm of updates every 2 weeks. We're able to get in more, and we may do micro updates, but I think every 2 updates, the 1st and the 15th, seem like a good cadence to deliver meaty updates that are meaningful to you guys. I know we were doing it every week, but as we start to work on bigger features, which, by the way, I got a surprise for you guys today, it's just going to chew up more of our time. And as many of you know, unlike some awesome games out there like Ark, we don't have 40 guys. We only have 7. So we have to utilize our time wisely. All right, with that, Chloe, can I jump in and show everybody what we've been working on?
Uh-huh.
All right.
In fact, I see a really interesting link on that desktop behind you, which nobody in chat has pointed out yet, and I'm really disappointed with you all.
What link? What link? I'm missing it.
The armory option that you just had highlighted.
Oh, yeah. We're obviously in the dev build.
Obviously.
I have Unity, obviously.
Right?
I have Unity updated here, running the most current version. Jackie's been working on some great stuff. So, without further ado, let me show you what she's been working on. And by the way, everybody, by no means is it perfect. It's actually kind of broken. So, as a dev, it goes against every fiber of my being to show this to you. But except that as a cool dev, I like to show you guys stuff that's work in progress, and I think it's really cool. All right, so I'm going to click on Create a Character. What is this we have?
I don't know, because I can't see it because it hasn't updated yet.
Oh, that's right. Chloe's, you got to go by what I tell you. All right, here we are on the character customizer screen. So this is our character customizer. So Jackie's been hammering away at it, still work in progress. I would show you, we're going to have a lot of different options here: hairstyles, complexion, facial types. You'll be able to set your color. Let me bring up this crude RGB UI element right now, but you can set your color. I'm going to go with the green machine. Incredible hook. But you'll be able to set your color, your skin tones. You'll also be able to set cool things like, I don't know, tats. So if you want to get all tribal out, Corbett right now is working on some cool tats that you'll be able to add to your character.
I really do like the color sliders.
Isn't it cool? So our color slider is actually really cool. It gives you a lot of flexibility. Instead of giving you 5 colors, we're just going to give you an RGB scale and let you go to town and do whatever you want. So, right? Who doesn't love that?
Does that mean I get to be purple and pink? Because that's kind of awesome.
Yeah, why not, right? I'm down with that. So look at that, boom,
amazing.
Pink.
That's amazing, Chris. Thank you.
You guys will be able to be able to create your characters, and it's going to be super awesome. So I would show you different facial types that we've been working on, but there's some brokenness right now on the rigging side, so we got to fix that. The animator.
There we go.
I'm going to throw him under the bus on this one. We think he messed it up, and he's out on vacation, but we love Nate. He's awesome. But there's some broken stuff with facials right now. And Corbett right now is hammering away at different tattoos. You're also going to have piercings on your character, so you'll be able to really trick yourself out and look really cool. Again, this will be a first pass at our character customizer with more stuff planned for the future. So hopefully you guys like it. I just wanted to show you that. I think it's really cool. I'm really excited about it. So yeah, there you go. I know, we've been asked about female characters, female models. Yes, I really want to get female models in. I know that our female player base is growing. We got a lot of players out there that are female, which is super awesome. I'm glad to see it. And we'll definitely get female models in there at some point. So please, we're not I'm not going to tell you it's too hard. I will tell you, though, that we're working out a lot of issues with the male player model from a system standpoint that allow us to make that transition much easier. Down the road, we'll also look at some cool morphing tools so you can make your character super different and awesome, and it'll be a lot of fun. We also have a random option, so if you click random, you'll be able to randomize. Woo! And you can see the head's kind of broken, but it'll be fun. So anyway, that's that. Thought you guys would have a lot of fun. Appreciate that. Yeah, so with that, cool. So we've been working on some good stuff. I've been working on some balance for the forest giants. Our audio guy, Brian, has fixed some issues with the 3D, just the foliage and audio emitters in the world, so some global stuff that's taken place. When the code teams hammer away at other stuff, dedicated servers, character customizer, and of course John is glued to the AI, which is what, on top of other things that he's working on, like the Kerr encounter. I'm sure you guys will want to fight Kerr someday, right? That's what John is actually working on, in addition to all this cool stuff. I know, nobody wants to fight. Who wants to fight Kerr? Which means that I got to get my act together and start getting in some items and cool stuff ready, so when that encounter does come online, we have some really cool drops. But we do have weapons already, and we do have some other things that I'm not going to talk about. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and shut down Unity.
Oh wait, so did you show that in the armory, or was that under play game new character? Did you talk about the armory?
No, I'm not going to talk about the armory. That's dev stuff. That's super secret, Chloe.
And you shouldn't have highlighted it.
You don't talk about the armory. It's like Fight Club.
Oh, armory. Armory is where Herman lives. Yes. I didn't realize you could actually get to it from the dev build.
Well, I'm running a special scene that allows us to play the game in the dev environment.
Right. No, I didn't make the connection that when you said dev build, that's what that was. For those who haven't seen us in the armory recently, that's the special scene where we often show off new armor, where you'll see it laying on the ground, or the character models of different creatures that are in various stages of development. And there's a pillar in there with a very rough-looking crow whose name is Herman. And he is he's
Paulies.
Exactly. He's rough looking. He doesn't have any detail on him. So the point of it is that the armory is guarded by Herman, and he expends all of his extra polygons, making it safe and secure.
That crazy crow. All right. So yes. So here we are running build 1705. Everybody, anyone want to play a game? So I'm going to host up a game, and you can join the awesome that is about to take place. And we'll go kill some forest giants today.
I think you should go after Spirit Wolves.
I got to wait till it's going to take all day. You got to wait for the day and night transition.
Do you not have a game that has night already set up?
Oh, Chloe, I didn't plan that far ahead. No, I don't actually. No, sorry. Yeah, I know, it's terrible.
Alright, we'll have to do that next time.
Alright, and we're going to play on friendly, which means that we'll all be able to see everybody's names.
Woo! Which might mean it's actually easier to find each other.
So if you get lost, just look for my nameplate and you'll be able to catch up to us. Of course, that is unless you meet some wolves along the way, or a dire bear, or something evil and foul that will pummel you into oblivion.
Yes.
All right. Signal
Much with
Studios.
the pummeling.
A lot of pummeling. Signal Studios official stream. We are loading. So, Chloe, you got anything for me? Because I just kind of ramble on. You got any directed questions? Actually, let me look at chat. What do we got?
There isn't one that's actually directed specifically at us, but Old Glories just asked, how is our progress with getting the Gremlin out of voice over IP coming?
Nobody likes that?
Apparently not. Apparently people actually want to be able to communicate in game 5 voice.
We'll take a look at that. I'll mention it to the code team and see if there's anything that we can clean up. I'll talk to Jackie. We'll tweak a few knobs, maybe tune it a little bit here and there, and we'll bring the graphics up to level 5. I don't know. We'll figure it out. All right. So look at everybody's joining in. We got Drovers. We got Delta. All right. For all of you that will join the server, just head up to Argo. That will be the meeting place. All right, let me get my bearings. Hopefully you guys have noticed some improvements to frame rate as well. We've made a few tweaks here and there, so as we move forward, the game will get better and better and better. I also have some goodies. Look at all these people logging in. It is so awesome to be able to see your friends and players just in general logging into the game. I love it.
It is indeed. So iDope Twizzler just asked, do we plan on adding more maps beside the Sundered Isle, or will people be able to create custom maps in the Steam Workshop in the future? Obviously, that would be after we're out of early access development. There's
no plans for additional maps in terms of player-made. If anything, we will alter the map that we currently have, add in more definition, more, right now you got a lot of the foliage and tree line. Everything's just kind of spread out in some ways. We're going to look at, I'm going to sit down with our environmental artist. We're going to start plotting out just kind of various areas in the world where you see different types of foliage and growth and make things look a little bit more distinct. We're going to see what we can do with the height map to make, add in things like larger peaks, higher peaks that make the world stand out. We definitely want to retool a lot of things to give the world and game much more visual fidelity than what you currently see. I mean, the game looks really good. We just want to add in some more uniqueness to the world. And this is all part of game development, everybody. I can't tell you how many times I redid maps when I was making games like Command and Conquer and other RPGs that I've worked on. Things just kind of continually iterate. You get a first pass in, then you get a second pass, third pass. So we're continually going through passes, and what we've been doing is this helps us hone out, what we see for the game. So we got a lot of good stuff in. The world's cool. There's a lot of good places right now to explore. I've added in a lot of camps. There's a lot of good places to see, but I want to add in some more unique points of interest into the world to give players some really cool places to see and visit and whatnot. So I'm in Argo, so everybody get here when you can. I'm going to need a torchbearer. Anybody? Yes, we got a torchbearer. Thank goodness. All right, our torchbearer for the day is Sage the Bearded. Thank you, Sage. That your job is nothing but torches, so please don't run out. I do have extra flint if needed. All right.
So, Warspawn was asking approximately how big is the map, and to the best of my knowledge, it's 4,000 by 4,000, give or take?
It's 4K by 4K, yeah. It's a big map. It's relatively big. It supports, I would say it would support up to 20 to 30 players. You go larger than it would, I think you'd start to run into each other more. But I think we have a good size from a dedicated server standpoint to support up to 32 players, which would be awesome. Make the world feel alive and really cool. All right, so anyone want a Spirit Orb? I got Spirit Orbs. Oh, Drovers. Drover, you make me feel bad if you're all in... Here, take this bag. It will help you. Armor up. Please. Thank you. All right, good gear. Can't feel bad for a poor guy walking around with a crude hatchet and rags. All right, we got everybody in wolf gear. We got Spooty here and Eben. We got Executioner. All right, I'm feeling good. You know what? I'm gonna bring out a weapon of awesome, which is the Flesh Ripper.
Always a good choice.
I mean, I'm sure. Hey, anybody else have a Flesh Ripper?
No, the Flesh Ripper is the one that you can find in.
That was being
that's
smuggled.
The one that was trying to get off the island, right?
There's going to be more to it. I'm going to add more lore to the Flesh Ripper. I'm also probably going to change its name. Spirit shards, there's a lot of cool. I'm going to add a really cool backstory to this weapon and why it was being moved off. And so
perhaps you could give us a little bit of a tease as to why it was being moved off or who tried to sneak it off?
No, I don't have that much detail yet on it. If I could be honest, I'm being truthful, guys. I don't have a ton of backstory on it yet. All I know is that I'm going to dive deeper on this particular weapon.
Although, speaking of backstory and weapons and changes, here's a perfect time to remind everybody that we do have our second community contest going on right now, and that is the Great Renamed Reaver. aka the currently named Golden Reaver that I'm pretty sure Dev is going to very awesomely throw into chat. So if you guys are interested, we are looking to rename the Golden Reaver right now. Chris is kind of bored with the name, especially because we have the golden and green, or gray, not green. No green, Reaver.
Hold on.
I can't type today. So if you're interested in potentially getting a special mention in the Savage Lands game credits and actually being a part of the game, you can submit your idea for what the Golden Reaver should be renamed to, and that is the link right there in chat. And as part of your submission, we definitely encourage you to craft a little bit of a story. Let us know what the lore of this weapon should be, because we don't actually know very much about the Reaver, Golden or otherwise, just that it was carried or is carried by Lycor, but we don't know how he got it, so there's plenty of backstory that is open to interpretation and your creativity. So the contest does run until next Tuesday at midnight Pacific time, and then I close it and Chris gets to pick on Wednesday, and we will announce it next Thursday. So keep that in mind.
So who's pumped? I just gave away Spirit Orbs. Woot!
Well, you should also tell everybody who's currently holding them to put them away in their inventory so that they don't run out.
Don't hold them for too long.
Don't hold them unless you need them, folks. Put them away. They have limited use.
They do they do regenerate health for the player, but the thing is, as you hold them, you also basically, as the orb is channeling health and other positive magic to you, so it'll cure you of disease. It'll also cure you of other ailments that I'm going to add in the next patch, and it will give you health back. But as you hold it, as it's held in your hand, it will decay. So that's just one of the drawbacks to it. So it's kind of an emergency type of cool magic item to have. It'll also give you a little bit of light. It's the first pass, guys, so I plan to make some more changes to it to make it decay a little bit less. But nonetheless, enjoy, have fun. I got more cool stuff. I got bags, give away cool stuff. But it's a great item to have. It's one of the first new things that I've added in a while. And it's a complex recipe. It'll also, as I mentioned earlier, be used in other armor and weapon recipes down the road, as well as some elixirs that I have in the works. Potions, if you will. Potions and alchemy. All right, so let's go kill some giants. Kill some giants. All right, so Chloe, it's like, you're not asking any questions.
Well, because I'm replying to people in chat who are asking questions who aren't necessarily related to the stream. But I guess I'll just say this. Bears are for you may not be able to see them if you don't have draw monikers turned on in your settings. Because if you don't have that option enabled in your settings, you won't actually be able to see them. Zalbreth, that is one thing that I can...
band of warriors.
Can basically ensure that Chris will not do. He will not make it too easy a game.
No, as many of you know, and you've heard me say that Savage Lands, the whole design concept behind it is this brutal, harsh survival experience. Now, what I will do is I will kind of tweak and tune kind of that initial player experience to make so players can get off the ground a little bit easier. One of the things I did do, I added more rocks to the spawn areas so players can find rocks. But I will not go in and I don't want to hold your hand. The idea of a sandbox survival, any survival game is you get in there, you kind of figure out what to do. You know, you're here. What do I do next? I mean, that's the beauty of these types of games is you kind of figure it out. And it's an awesome feeling when you do figure these things out, you've accomplished something great. So I know some people get really frustrated when they're not directed what to do, and we have the basic kind of day one tasks that you need to complete, and those are a great introductory into the game. I kind of guide you on building some basic things that you need. Now the lean-to is debatable. I may actually pull the lean-to out at some point. It is debatable, but I have it in there for now. And it's it's very easy to build from a structure standpoint. As many of you know, you don't have to collect 55 stones to build it. So it's a good starting point, and it gets you familiar with the build system.
Because we actually had that conversation standing at your desk when I was down there a couple of weeks ago, because it was something that we had noticed during all of our, because when you guys tag us, if you stream or if you post a video of your gameplay, we very often go and watch them, provided that we can understand them, or I go and ask Dev to go review the ones that she can understand in languages that I can't. Thanks, Dev. So when you guys comment about different stuff, I kind of keep track in my head and sometimes physically on paper if somebody's constantly saying, well, why am I building this? It doesn't make sense. And Chris's point about it being a good way to get people into the journal to start realizing that, hey, there's more to build here other than just a lean-to is sort of what the lean-to evolved into, because that's not what it was originally going to be used for. But we came up with a better system than having you respawn at lean-tos. We gave you the Pike of Resurrection. So this is stuff that in game development you normally don't see. These would be decisions that we would be making behind closed doors years before you guys ever got your hands on the game. So instead, as part of being a part of a very, very much in early access, active development game, you get to go through the sometimes seemingly random iterations of different items and buildings as we work on our end to get the balance right.
Yeah, it's a continually iterative and fluid process. So, with that journal, it's actually an old designer trick. And it is nothing, it is just a way to direct you to certain aspects of the game. If I break it down from a systemic point of view, you're like, oh man, there's Kerr, everybody run. Get in the bushes. Oh, let's hope he doesn't.
Of
Hold on, let's just hope he doesn't. Hold on, we might have a problem here. Hopefully.
It kind of sounds like
Is he turning? Oh no.
Did you aggro?
All right, sorry guys.
Dragon?
Everybody run for their lives! Kerr's coming, stupid dragon.
See, folks, this is why when I did my stream, I had us build way the heck in between Argo and Befallen. Right. I wanted us to stay as far away from the dragon as was possible for this exact reason.
Everybody inside a house. He's going to blow fire for a little bit, but he will break aggro after about 35 seconds. So
as long as everybody's inside, don't go out to check. Just get in a building and stay in the building.
So if you're inside my house, great. It looks like he hasn't aggroed on us. We're good. You other guys, I'm so sorry.
Now, we've been tracking your feedback about Kerr's aggro since we actually turned it on. Chris, what are your thoughts about the way he's currently balanced? Because, of course, there's nothing more frustrating than dying by accidentally or purposely, sometimes, engaging Kerr's attention and then trying to get back to your body, but being unable to get back to your body because he's still actually aggroing on the dead player dead corpse.
There's some bugs. Kerr works differently than a lot of other creatures. So what I want to tweak right now is what'll be in the next patch is his attack. Essentially, sorry, I got distracted by some Signal Studio staff here.
Did TR just walk in again?
No, Logan, the backbone of Signal Studios here is distracting me. So sorry, guys. All right, so anyway, back to the topic. I will tweak Kerr so his aggro time, they'll spend less time searching and blowing fire. But when we get houses that burn down, it'll all make sense. Stone houses will provide more protection. Right now, yes. Is he a little over the top? He is a bit over the top. So, but I will tell you, if you wait inside, eventually he'll break aggro. And I know this because I set up the colliders that surround all the structures. And I know exactly how those colliders work. and they break aggro eventually. So just don't leave. Whatever you do, don't leave the house. So I think we're good. I think we're good. Yeah, Kerr's, we're good. Look at that. See? We are good. All right. Anybody die? Nope. We all look alive. Sweet.
Now, rapid. You're just gonna be rapid to me. I'm sorry, dude. Currently has asked a question that I asked the first time I saw Spirit Orbs, which I bet you don't remember.
No.
Currently, you can't repair the Spirit Orbs, only letting them run out before you make another.
Yes, they will decay. There's no repair on Spirit Orbs.
Yeah. Now, do you want to go into a little bit of why? You did actually give me a reason. I don't know if you remember that.
Well,
do you want me to give you the reason
no.
that you gave me?
I'm a very fluid designer, Chloe.
That's
I you know, as I put things in, I like to develop. You know, things will change. So, well, the Spirit Orbs are magic based. One, and because you're drawing life energy from the orbs themselves, you're essentially depleting what those orbs house. So you can't. There's no to get back what's in those orbs. You have to reforge them essentially. And then, and that's through spirit shards. So the idea is that, you know, if I allowed you to continually repair them, then it just, you know, with one shard here, one shard there would be no point for you guys going out in the world and exploring and finding these things. They're magic. And I want you guys to go out there and hunt down the creatures that drop these magical elements. And you know, again, you drain the life force from these orbs. You drain the magic from these orbs to better yourself.
That is actually the same answer that you gave me, by the way.
See, I'm rock solid. I was testing you.
I think it was before I was testing you. Oh, nice attempt to troll me.
That was good.
Doesn't work. No.
I'm a master at trolling. Ask Logan. All right, so what else you got for me, Chloe? What does Spirit Wolves dream? I'm looking at the chat right now. Maybe you'd be able to put your own life essence back into them. I think that would be another item that you can actually sacrifice some of your health to put back into the item so you can store to use it another time. That would be kind of cool.
Like blood vials, almost? Maybe. I'm just trying to figure out how that would actually work.
A vampiric orb.
I suppose. Cyrus was asking about an update on the Psychotroll, which we have seen a couple of times, although we haven't actually physically seen him because we keep forgetting to update. Although you have the dev build.
I do, but I don't necessarily want to show him off right now. Because
no, we are playing right now, I'm just saying.
We got a lot of texturing work to do on it.
Work on him.
There's a lot of animation work that needs to be done, but we are working on new creatures. There are some work in progress. Psycho Troll along with Troll Fodder. I want to get the Forest Gremlins in first, and then we'll kind of go from there. But the Psycho Trolls will be kind of a new kind of mid-tier epic encounter that you'll fight, and they'll roam around during the day and night. They're a little bit more unique in their attacks and also give you some really cool items that you can use in your adventures through the world. Cool?
I think so, yes. Sorry, Fold is having a quick problem here. Twitch's predictive text chat sometimes drives me nuts.
Hold on, I gotta give some flint.
Okay, why are you giving flint? Oh, has your torchbearer run out of torches?
We gotta keep the torchbearer stocked at all times. Alright.
It's nice to see this little bobbing, decent names, group of names behind.
Isn't this awesome? Everybody.
It's gonna be so much easier to find people.
This is you know, it's like the fellowship here. All right, so and I'm like Aragorn. Not really.
It's so Fitzwater has just asked, why do weapons decay?
Don't weapons and worldly items usually decay? I mean, that's kind of the idea, is that as you use an item or any weapon in the real world, anything that you use, from a screwdriver to a sword to scissors, they decay slowly over time. In the world of Savage Lands, things just happen to decay much quicker. So It's just all part of the systemic nature of you going out in the world, keeping your items updated, keeping the durability up so that you can be a better fighter, a better warrior, and you can survive this world.
Yeah. And the cold actually logically would actually make like metal more brittle.
I actually want to have. I want to put frost on weapons, so at night I think it'd be really cool to have a system that your weapons kind of frost up. It'd be super awesome to have. I'm just saying. That's where I'm at.
No comment.
We gotta have frost. Nothing else. All right.
Well, it's kind of like what happens when you get cold, right?
Yes.
We do have. Although I guess we don't have that specifically. Although we really want it during a blizzard. Okay.
Hold on, I need to check and see if my men need food. And while we're here, let's mine. Alright, I'll just throw some food out there anyway.
Let folks grab it if they need it.
Yeah. Alright. So what else we got? Anybody have any?
Well, if you'd let me.
Sorry, Chloe. I'm way ahead. Everybody's just rocking, mining, and killing things. All right,
Old Glory is wondering how they can find Spirit Orbs.
Spirit Orbs can be found on Spirit Wolves. Ha 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 ha! They can also be found off of Draymar, and the Forest Giants now spawn. They have Spirit Orbs as well.
Oh, and you won't just find Spirit Orbs. You also will find you'll find shards, and you can craft a orb by combining 4 shards and a night bloom, or is it 5 shards?
You need night blooms to form the shards. Draymar is the only one that will actually drop Spirit Orb.
And Draymar is very, very identifiable now. For those of you who may not have seen Randomized User's wonderful video that he did earlier this week, or I guess actually that was over the weekend, where he finally found Draymar. Draymar is not a Herobrine. He does exist, and he's very visible. And he's the same. He looks the same way at night as he does during the day, right? Yeah,
he is a variant of the tortured skeleton. But he does, he's a spirit version. He's basically a spirit that wanders, a lost wanderer that roams the land. There are a couple locations. Players have found 2 of those so far. And I'm not going to give those
more?
Yeah.
Because when you talked about it last week, you said for this build, the one that we're currently now playing, there was only 2.
I've added more in the most current version, so...
Which is not yet available.
Not yet available.
Okay.
That is correct. All right, so looks like I got everybody lost. I went a little too far to the right. All right, we got to go back in, everybody.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is what happens when you play with Chris.
Yes, I get lost. I have no need for compasses. Compasses are for players other than me. I'm the dev. I made this world. I know every.
Lost in it.
I know every flower, every tree.
Which is why last week you're like, I don't remember putting these buildings here. I have no idea where these were, when these got put in.
That's right. I'm like, whoa, when did I put those in? I don't remember.
I'm gonna come in next time when I'm in there and have Ted load up the build, and I'm going to put something in there.
You might break it though. There's you could.
Well, no. With
then
his
if you
help,
break the build, you're in
his
trouble.
help.
With Ted's help, huh?
With his help, yeah.
Well, Ted's a great guy. He'll come. Chris, are we sure we're gonna put that in?
I just put something in. It doesn't have to be big. It just has to be something that messes with you specifically.
That's true. That would actually be great. What is Chloe doing?
So Kazar is wondering, speaking of spirit shards, how often do the spirit wolves spawn, and in general terms, where can you find them?
They only come out at night.
Well, that's kind of a given.
Imagine. Where can you find them?
Mm-hmm.
Well, our community has put together a great list of areas that you can find where the spirit wolves spawn. I don't necessarily want to give it away as a dev.
Give a single one that appears on that list.
No, You can find them. Okay, I'll give you one, and that's over by Befallen, or the Tower of Cortazul.
Ah, yes.
All right, so that good? There you
that's
go.
Good.
That's the general area, and otherwise, check out our community forums.
Absolutely.
As I mentioned when I respond back to a lot of reviews, if you have trouble, our community has done an amazing job putting together guides and locations. But I will say, you guys got to get to work on that map. There's a map up there, which is really cool to see, but you guys needs to be updated a little bit more. I would love to see more areas where creatures spawn and certain types of creatures, but you guys have done a good job. I know I've directed a few people that have reviewed the game in a not so positive light, wish they had a map, and then I directed them to that map, and next thing you know, they changed their reviews, and they were really excited to see. A lot of people, by the way, are blown away by how awesome our community is. If you're new to the stream, we have probably one of the best communities around of players that are really helpful, work together, and it's one of the best communities of gamers that I've had to work with since the days of CNC, since I worked on Command & Conquer. And it's just really great to see everybody working together and helping each other out. You know, one guy had trouble. I read a post from one guy that lost all his stuff, and one of you guys logged in and gave him a bag full of leather armor and other things. And I thought that was really awesome. And that just goes to show that you know people restored my faith in humanity and gamers. Love it. So when I see that kind of stuff, I know we have a great experience, and more importantly, it says, hey, we're building, you know, I could say, hey, you know, a lot of survival games out there are PvP focused. One of the things that I really love about Savage is that we have a really strong emphasis on co-op play. And you don't, you know, you're not roaming around in some vagabond ragtag band of gangsters, you know, trolling everybody that you see. Instead, you're all playing together to take down creatures, much like you would in an MMORPG, which to me is really exciting as a developer. That means a lot of things that we're putting in, a lot of the systems, a lot of the way the game plays out in general. It's just, it caters that type of behavior. So I'm really excited to see that. And guys, keep up the great work. Again, a call out to our mods, Devlin, Sean, Kryzak, and everybody else. You guys have done a great job. Thank you for being so awesome.
Yeah, when it comes to the community side of things, you know, yeah, we're here to help you guys, but you guys make it what it is. We wouldn't have as awesome of a feedback, you know, machine going if we didn't have your guys' input. So we really do appreciate that. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's very important. Okay, I got my bearings. I'm making a really bad circle here. I know this camp because I designed this camp specifically to give me direction from the Dragon Tower, because this little guy here dropped some really cool stuff. By the way, that's an Easter egg that I just blatantly gave away. There's a really cool rare drop stuff here, so hang out here. But I'm not going to give you the time at which stuff spawns, but this little guy has some great stuff.
Now, before I do any more questions, I think we're going to do a giveaway.
Let's do it!
We haven't done one yet. So, assuming that Twitch wants to work with me, yes, okay. What do you want the keyword to be?
So once the game goes live, how do you make... Oh, did you want me to... Oh, I'm sorry, keyword.
Yes,
I'm already looking at questions.
You have to do
I'm
the
already ahead.
First, and then you can go back to questions. Keyword first.
Flesh Ripper! All one word.
No
Flesh
caps,
Ripper.
people.
No caps. Sausage. That's the simple things that make me laugh.
The sausage ripper?
So
it actually would be very good at ripping sausages.
The key word is Flesh Ripper. All one word, no caps. All right, so there was a question, and while everybody's doing that, and we're sitting here by the fire, I am going to answer this question again, which was, once the game goes live, how do you make money? Monthly charge? No. Basically, the game is what we call DTO, download to own. So whatever the price may be, $20 bucks, 25 bucks, we don't know. Essentially, it's just you pay once and that's it. You get the game. Much like you do, it's just tried and true traditional business model.
Yep.
And then, of course, if you join the official streams, I give away all sorts of free stuff at the end, so that's always cool. Or if I see you join in and we're going to go kill something epic, and all you have on are cloth rags and a hatchet, then I'll give you your free stuff right away. Because you can't go kill cool stuff with rags and a hatchet. Oh,
no,
wow.
that would be kind of funny to watch.
You could, but you know, if you look at this this awesome group of warriors here, you got ebon steel, looks like hardened leather armor, maybe savage wolf pelt, oak shield. Yeah, Delta's rocking the wolf. Sir Kent is rocking the executioner there. So we got a good mix. Hold on, let me tell these guys one sec.
All right. I'm going to pick. Let's see, picking. Although I need my thing to type. Which one is that? There we go.
Hopefully that answers the question. What other questions do we have?
Oh, that one. And then this one.
Crimson the Witch. I hope so. I mean, we're working hard to make a great game. We're a small team. I'd love to put out updates every day if I could. I wish I could just put up builds, but in a perfect world, we'll build a great game that, you know, a lot of players, that will appeal to a lot of players, do something different in the survival genre. You know, we're going up against games like Ark that, you know, it's a really good game, but it does have 40 developers. Let me tell you the things I could do with 40 developers. I could do amazing things. But we're only 7 guys, so we're doing the best we can. That's no excuse. We will make something great. It's just going to take us a little bit longer. But you know, hopefully the updates that we do provide you guys, they're exciting. You get to see new stuff. You get to see the world evolve. That's the great thing about being part of this experience. You get to see the world evolve. You get to see new things come online. Yeah. You get to see things go away. Me rebalance stuff for the for the better, or not necessarily all the time. It could be for the worse. But you know, you're part of this kind of ever-evolving process. That's what I love about early access. It's really cool. As a developer, this is my first early access game, and I really love it. It's something back in the days of back when I worked on a game called Command and Conquer many years ago. This is something we always wanted to do. We always wanted the RTS to be kind of this ever-evolving process where we could take feedback from the fans and better the game, but ultimately we could never get it to pan out because of the technology at the time. We didn't have these types of communication, the media to interact with fans. But now we're at this point in time where we can do all these great things. And our distribution mechanisms were purely retail, hard copies, store. We didn't have Steam. You know, if we had Steam back in the late 90s for Command and Conquer, it would be a whole different world. An entirely different world. But that's what I love as a developer. This is the type of world I like to develop for because it's evolving. I get to interact with you, the players. You can tell me what you like, what you don't like, and we can make changes.
Actually listen.
And we actually listen. At least I try to.
Yep. Well, if we listen, we can't always actually engage on the feedback that you give us. At least maybe not initially. But we do, you know, take that feedback and let it, what's the word I'm thinking of? Impact our future design decisions.
Yeah.
So.
Which is a great thing. You're part of this experience. I know a lot of devs aren't interactive with their community. I don't understand. I know it's a lot of work, but it's worth it. You get great ideas. I'm the sole designer for Savage right now. So crowdsourcing ideas is great, and you guys got to name a cool area in the game. Come on, that's awesome. What devs let you do that? You know, I know a lot of it's my vision. I'm not gonna. This is something we get to experience together, which I think is awesome. I don't know. I'll say awesome and epic. Those are my favorite words, by the way. But it's true. I love this game. I love the community. I love seeing everybody get involved in all the different types of players from all around the world. You know, the Russians really love the game, which is impressive. There's a lot of Russian players out there, which blew me away. I was looking at stats the other day, and those you guys, you Russian players, man, wow, hardcore players out there. But that's exciting. But we have players from all around the world that enjoy Savage Lands, from the States to Russia to Brazil. Let me go continent-wise. South America, North America. Somebody's pushing me into the fire. That's not cool.
They're pushing you into the fire because they want me to announce the winners.
All right, Chloe. I will. Hold on. Now Chloe can go. Go ahead, Chloe.
All right. So congratulations to Zwegan, Fitzwater, Gamer Quest, Ryan Twin, and Zane Sting. You guys will all get copies of Savage Lands. So make sure, please, that you message me after the stream is over or by the time the stream is over. And Dev or Sean will put the little link that you can click and just message us on. And that way I will send you your copy. And I will definitely be giving one more batch away right as we end today. So there is one more chance for you to get it, and that'll be coming up in probably about 10-ish minutes, just as we wrap up.
What are we at? We're already at 152?
Yeah, you haven't gone because you spent time playing with colors, and so you're gonna have to go and you have to go and fight.
Let me expedite our adventure here. So yeah, wow. See, I get carried away. Time goes by so fast. I could stream all day. Next time we stream and we do one of those 24-hour streams, I will join Chloe in the stream, and we will tag team our adventures. Hopefully, we'll not hopefully.
So I don't have I don't get food poisoning.
We will have dedicated servers online, so we'll be able to have tons of players. It'll be really cool. It'll be epic. Yeah. And of course, I'll be fully geared out. But I'm not going.
Hey,
you know how hard it is to play this game, Chloe?
I do. And to be fair, I actually had armor by the time I died. I didn't die because I didn't have good gear. I made good gear by that point.
No, you did a great job.
I did. I was fine until somebody decided to take me on an adventure.
Was that me?
No,
that was... Like, wait a minute. No, I didn't join. All right.
We're going to roll up today, which surprises me, but that's okay.
All right, hold on. There's that.
Gotta be able to, give shit where I can. Anyway.
That's good. All right, so you went on an adventure. You died.
I
but
did,
for those of you that don't know... Chloe, I actually logged into Chloe when she was at kind of her darkest hour in the stream. And I saw that, and she's like, I can't find my corpse. And I'm like, but I thought I fixed it. So I actually went in and set the corpse marker so it's almost map wide now. Yep. And that's actually one of those niceties, one of those ease of use features. I know originally it was like 1,300 meters, but I just went ahead and bit the bullet and adjusted it so... I felt bad for Chloe, and I know I could have been easily remedied. So in the future, you'll now be able to see your corpse from across the map.
We did have to run across. We did eventually find it. The first corpse that I had, I couldn't get back to because Kerr was on it. And he wouldn't leave me alone. The second one, I actually had to run half the island to be able to get to have it pop up because we were over by Ascara's tower, which is not where I'm used to dying. I'm used to dying over towards Befallen, which is fine. Anyway.
Beck, I'll just say Beck. Have you gone into the options and settings and tried adjusting mouse sensitivity and mouse smoothing? There's some functionality there that allows you to tweak it so it's not so super jittery. My son is the same way. He's very fanatical about his mouse when he plays. By the way, guys, you'll love this. Whenever I do new builds, I have 4 kids, which is pretty crazy. But I have laptops and a desktop, and they all test Savage Lands for me. So whenever I get a new build, and our test team is before even our test team takes it, they're busy and they're playing, building houses, and doing stuff. So I got a small micro test group that actually tests the game for everybody, and they go to town. They'll test everything. They'll forge and craft and build houses. And my oldest, of course, is the ringleader. And it's always it's cool. But yeah, I thought I'd share that. My entire house every other week is usually savaged out in testing mode as we get closer to new builds. All right, we're getting close to a forest giant. I feel it in my bones.
Now, you did make a comment that somebody just picked up on.
What did I say?
Overdose has asked, and I think I know the answer to this, and that we are undecided. How many players will a dedicated server be able to handle?
This, I don't want to speak for the code team. It could be anywhere from 24 to 32. And that number could, of course, rise in time, but I don't have an exact number, but I'm guesstimating around 24 to 32 players.
No, we don't think it'll be lower than that.
I hope not.
To start.
But again, I will, in this stream, so it's archived, I don't have an exact number yet. 24 would be a great target. 16 would be a great target, but 24 would be the ideal target, with 32 being the best target.
Yeah.
It all depends on where we can get the engine to. We have to recode this. We have to code it from scratch. Unity does not have the best multiplayer code to do this kind of stuff. So our code team has to do this all from scratch.
Yeah.
Unreal, on the other hand, it's great. So, by the way, I'm actually using Unreal 4 on another project, so it's really cool. Check out the blue eye. Come on. See, a lot of this kind of hopping around that you're seeing right now, I fixed. He will turn and he will crush and you will die.
Oh, so the people who kite behind him?
Yeah. Yes, I was watching those videos, guys, of you kiting him, and I'm going, how am I going to fix this? So, and I've gone ahead and made some tweaks too. A lot of it, before we tried to make the forest giants feel really organic and how they kind of chase you down and turn. But then, of course, I said to myself, why? Because the guys are going to abuse it, and it looks really cool for one player, but when you got guys that figure out how to go around the system, they figure out how to kite the forest giant. So I've made his turn radius really quick now. I've also made his ground punches, really devastating. So it will potentially require multiple players to take down, unless you're that amazing with a bow, which is still potential, but that's not to say you don't get overwhelmed by a pack of wolves in this area, which is really devastating. All right, so I brought the guys to the promised land. We are here. My job is done, Chloe.
Indeed, and in fact, you managed to do it right before the end of the stream, so I'm impressed.
We got a few minutes. I like hanging out.
I'm not saying that we have to immediately close the stream.
I gotta go work on a PowerPoint.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
I want to stay here and talk.
Ramus just asked, and I will Kid, I have no idea what the first part of your name is. I'll get back to your question in a minute here. Ramus just asked, what about the lag on the server of buildings and items that have been left on the server? Now, that is something that we just started to address with the decay system.
That should be remedied with dedicated servers. Because
that too.
Yeah, because we're kind of peer-to-peer and you host everything and you see everything, it requires a lot of CPU. You're literally rendering everything.
Yeah.
So with dedicated servers, that won't be the case. So once we have those updated, or once we have that functionality ready for players, you'll probably see a huge boost to performance from a server standpoint. Now, of course, huge boost. Now, with everything, it takes time and things will improve with time. But we'll get it into a good place so everybody has a good experience. Hopefully we can get it so you just launch it from the launcher. We'll set up a launcher. You can choose dedicated server, puts it in dedicated server mode. You put in some options and off you go. That would be the ideal solution. Arc does a good job with that. I'd like to achieve that, but we'll see. I wish we had 8 network engineers dedicated to the game. That would be awesome. So.
Well, to be fair, we don't actually know how many network engineers that they have. We're just making some educated guesses based on our various experience in the industry.
That's what I love about indie stuff. We're just kind of we're getting it done. It's like everybody does everything, so it's really cool. All right, everybody's having a party right now. This is great. I'm going to throw some back. I don't know. How do you even do that?
Looking up and down.
I was just testing it, Chloe. I am an old dev. I don't even know what these kids are doing these days. I'm so old. Like, how do you do that in the game that I helped create? Oh, well, you use the mouse and go up and down. You lamer. Because I wouldn't even think to do that. That's why I'm so old.
I
should just go back to
You're
playing
an old man.
Bejeweled.
Okay, now because I did say I would get back to kids' question, he asked, so the final question for today is, what about additional seasons in the Sundered Isle?
Would be awesome. If I had a choice between seasons or dungeons, I would go with dungeons first. But that goes back into revamping the island so it has really cool, unique areas. Truthfully, and that's something we want to do. So that I'd love to have certain types of pines located in certain types of areas of the island. I'd like to have. You think of Fangorn from Lord of the Rings. I'd love to have an area of island that's very similar to Fangorn, old and spooky, and it feels really ancient. That would be awesome, epic, awesome, amazing. I'll throw that in.
Any more buzzwords you want to use today,
nah,
Chris?
I'm all out of buzzwords.
Okay. And
all right,
scene.
All right, hold on.
Oh dear.
I'm sorry, I'm typing, so I have to think.
Why?
I'm thinking. I'm not as agile as you youngins. All right, so I gotta think. I think about everything that I type.
No comment. He also types like this.
Yeah, that's right. If I just use the keyboard, now I use a typewriter too, so No, I'm a little bit more skilled than that with the keyboard. The Code Warrior. Well, I'm not a Code Warrior, but Plague Wolf. Decayed pelts. Do they drop?
So about that. Apparently, Chris decided to muck with the drops on that and not tell anyone.
Yeah, you guys are building flesh wrap bags too easy.
No.
Yes.
I still, after hours of playing on my personal character, had not actually gotten a full set of flesh wrapped bags. That is bullshit. Bullshit, I tell you.
True.
Bullshit.
You're just not working hard enough.
Chris, I work harder than any other CM to make sure that this is a good community.
It is, and you've done a fantastic job.
Exactly. Therefore, I don't have time to go and spend, the... Actually, do we have any way to tell who's actually... I'm sure we do. Who's got the most hours in the game yet?
Easily probably Tom or John. Maybe Jackie.
On the live server?
Oh, on the live server?
Yeah,
I'm
talking about live server.
I'm sure we could probably look at the stats. We haven't really looked yet. I've seen somebody with like 500 hours though, which was I don't remember the name.
I remember who that is.
Blown away because that's 500 less than me. I'm like, oh, I haven't been doing anything, and I'm in the game all day.
You are. You're constantly in the game. I feel bad for people who ping me and like, do you want to play? I'm like, I'm literally hopping on for 5 seconds to test a bug. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I get a lot of, a lot of people over time have added me as friends and they ask, hey, you're playing right now. Can I join? It's like, well, I'm actually on a version about 5 versions ahead of you. I feel bad.
That would work very well.
So when you guys see me playing Savage Lands, usually I'm many versions ahead, testing out bug fixes and changes and tweaks. So it's not that I don't want to play, it's just I can't play because the way my dev machine is set up and the builds that I have on. Now I can come into the stream room and play, but then I have to break from what I'm doing, but that's not saying I don't want to play with you guys.
Yeah,
just
we actually do want to. That's one of the reasons why we have the play aspect. Like when we do our streams, we actually play with you guys because we want to play with you.
Perfect place for a town hall. Somebody's about to build a town hall. Yeah, let's build a community right here in Forest Giant Land.
That's a good place, right? No, maybe
it's awesome.
I mean, if they're just gonna sit there.
Well, I like I watch a lot of videos, and Randomized User is one of the videos I always watch his videos. I always get a kick out of him. He does a great job of always capturing the detail of the new things that we add to the environment. I think he does a fantastic job of that. But he has Monolithville, which is his own little, I get a kick out of it, stone hut and all sorts of stuff around the monolith in the game. If you haven't been there, you should go there. It's pretty cool. And just for Randomized User, I actually made that area more deadly. just because I thought it would be fun. So
I love Jamie. I love your response to stairs.
So, but it always cracks me up whenever he's in Monolithville and then he takes a look at his head on a pike. And if you don't have a head on a pike, you need to have a head on a pike. which are available in the game. But nonetheless, anyway.
And when character customizations are in, they'll actually they'll keep the customized version of the player who has died either by their own hand, by Savage Land's hand, or I should say the Sundered Isles hand, or players.
That's the plan.
So they'll actually have that.
We'll see. All right, I'm going to throw some stuff on the ground. Let's see if see what happens. All right, I'm going to throw. I got a bunch of orbs.
All right. Well, while you're doing that, I'm going to do another giveaway because we are going to be wrapping up. I had an idea, but I don't remember what the heck I said.
Come on, you got another giveaway? Let's give away stuff.
Yes, I know, but I'm trying to remember what I was going to use.
Spirit Orbs are so cool.
Hey, well, you know what? We're going to use Spirit Orbs.
Everybody's using them right now. They're glowing up the area. I love them. I think they're awesome. Spirit Orb.
Spirit Orb.
Spirit Orb.
Orbs.
One word, lowercase.
Yep. All in, all in. One word, no caps, no spaces. But
Making games is so cool.
Mushed phrase.
Get them before they roll away, guys. They're like marbles.
Yes, Wagon, you can. If you did win earlier today, you can try and win again. It is basically up to the randomized roll. It does give a little bit more of a chance, I guess. I'm not entirely sure how it works, but it does favor people who are following the channel because, hey, we are about, trying to increase that. And if you do follow us on Twitch, you do actually get to know when we go live. It'll send you a message if you're logged in, as well as, we do actually do other streams, not just for Savage Lands, although we primarily stream for Savage. And I have been talking about the fact that we are going to be doing community streams again. I need to actually do some testing on my internet finally, now that it's all settled down, so that we can actually start that maybe even as of next week.
Tiberian Sun back, yes. I actually have some collector's editions still signed by Kane and James Earl Jones sitting in my archive. I just saw chat, Chloe, so I thought I'd call that out.
I figured you were doing that.
That's what I do. One of the greatest games that I had the opportunity to work on. Next is Star Wars. I got to work on a Star Wars game and Lord of the Rings, which were absolutely amazing. For a year, I quoted Gimli on Lord of the Rings. I just would walk around.
Like from the movie version, or
Lord of the Rings? Yeah, I worked at ELA. We worked on Lord of the Rings: Battle for Middle Earth. If you ever played it, by the way, not saying any of you did, but I worked on the first mission, which was actually Moria, which took me ages because it went through so many iterations, because so many people had feedback that were in the upper echelons of EA. I'm
sure. I'm very sure. In fact.
And they called it a mind. A mind. Anyway, I love talking about the old days. So anyway,
that's because you're old.
I'm old.
And that's
the
only
all I
thing
got.
you don't remember.
That's all I got.
You don't remember anything.
No.
Your long-term memory works. Nothing else does.
I can't remember anything I did yesterday, but I can remember everything I did 10 years ago, which is crazy. To the detail, even missions that I created. I don't even have to go to documents. I can remember in my head how I laid them out, how I scripted them. But what I did yesterday, I don't have no clue.
Which just made all the more amusing when I'm like, hey, Chris, what did you change in the latest update? He's like,
I don't know. I thought I wrote it down. I'm like, uh-oh. Let me go look at the build notes real quick.
All right. I'm going to pick my last winner.
Right.
Winners. All right. So congratulations to, and I'm apologizing in advance to when I butcher your names. It is not intentional. My brain does not always read things correctly. Well, let's see if I can do this. Handy 305, Xeno Last Stand, ABS Sage, who is currently in the game with you, Krusty Germ, and Hafnium? I'm sorry. Congratulations to our winners. You guys make sure you message me and I will get you your copies. And with that, I think we are ready to wrap. So do you want to go first for the spiel, or shall I?
You can go first. I got to shut down the server.
All right, you do that. So thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us. Congratulations to those who played today, who got some stuff in game. Congratulations to our 10 winners who have another copy of the game. If you already own a copy, as several of, well, not several, some of you do, please feel free to give that away on your own stream to a friend who's interested, or figure out another way to give it away. Gift it to somebody who you think might want to come join you. We love hearing that you guys have shared it with someone, because that is exactly why we do this. We want to be able to spread the awesomeness that is Savage Lands, and I think we're doing a pretty good job of it.
I think so.
So, with that being said, I also want to say thank you once again to everybody who keeps giving us your incredible feedback, your bugs, your suggestions. We really appreciate that. As always, you can always post those bug reports on the forums. If you are interested in making a suggestion, or you want to see what else the community has done, absolutely head over to our Trello board. We haven't talked about that at all this stream. Our Trello board is a way that you can see other suggestions that have been made in stream, or sorry, in the community, not just in stream, and vote on the ones that you would like to see implemented. It is not a guarantee that they will actually go in. It's not an indication of when they might go in, but it does help us on the development team sort of sit back and go, okay, we had a plan to do this thing in 3 months. Maybe we should look at doing it a little bit sooner. So absolutely, that feedback is incredibly important to us, and we really appreciate the time that you take to not only vote, but actually have a conversation about different ideas and how you would like to see that implemented, because that is something that we read all the time. Of course, if you have questions, head into the forum, see if you can get an answer there, or make sure you check the wiki. We do have some incredible mods who work on that. Thank you, Devin, Sean, for your endless transcribing and making sure that things look good and the layout's great. We also have some incredibly dedicated folks who are working on translating that into Russian? I think it's Russian. I'm pretty sure it's Russian. So from that, absolutely, we appreciate that you guys who don't even have an official copy of the game in Russian, that you're working on translating the wiki. If you speak another language, say German, and want to get involved in translating the wiki, please let us know, and we will make that happen for you. And finally, of course, you can always find us on savagelandsgame.com, on Twitter at savagelandsgame.com, and on Facebook, facebook.com at savagelandsgame. We do like our naming conventions to be similar. And
Kerberos.
If you happen to have missed any part of today's stream, it will be up on the Signal Studios stream or YouTube channel as of tomorrow sometime, when I get it translated and or annotated and posted. So I think that's it for me, other than hearts to everybody. So Chris?
So I'm going to give everybody an Easter egg right now. You want to find the Flesh Ripper, you find this lean-to.
This very specific lean-to.
And it will point you exactly where you need to go. Man, it's like this guy is crazy. Like he puts little Easter eggs and cookies and things in the world.
Did you make that easier? I don't remember that one being there before.
It's always been like this, but nobody ever thought, well, you could just run this direction. No comment. Not good. But, so it's my turn, right?
Yes, it is your turn.
All right. I will take this opportunity to address the community. Hold on. Let me get up. Let me get on top of the lean-to here. So I'm addressing the crowd. Very important.
Seriously.
Sorry, Clary. That's all I got. All right. No, Ramus, I did not make Renegade, but I partook in that whole experience. I played a lot of Renegade. If you think about Renegade, by the way, Ramus, it was well ahead of its time when it was released. If you think a lot of games today that support a lot of those features that have very similar types of gameplay concepts, Renegade was probably a decade ahead of its time. It was a good game, and those guys put in a lot. You don't find a lot of first-person shooters that have resource management. At that time, you didn't find a lot of games that had resource management, character customization. I think Tribes was probably one of the only only a few games that had actually that level of character customization and battlefield tactics that you could deploy. All right, so anyway. Hey, I'm old. No stealing I'm sorry, I'm reading messages now, Clay. So, anyway, everybody, thank you. Hold on. I'm going to look out on the crowd.
I do have one more thing before we
you
actually
know what, Chloe? You finish up.
Yeah, I know. I will.
Go ahead.
All right. I just wanted to say that we do actually have a couple of streamers in here right now who, once we are finished, they're going to pick up and start streaming themselves. And that is going to be over on the Twin Casters channel, which I just linked in chat. So they do have a couple copies of the game that they're going to give away that they actually bought just for that purpose.
That's awesome.
Which is really neat because they want to be able to. So, Kristen, I think we might hold off on doing the Signal t-shirt giveaway until the next long stream, which that may be coming up in a couple of weeks.
Mm-hmm. We got some cool stuff planned. So, you guys got to see the character customizer today.
Mm-hmm.
I had mentioned that we'll probably go to a 2-week cadence on updates, maybe some micro updates in between, but it seems like that's how it's working out, especially with a lot of these big features and getting all the bug fixes properly. Hopefully you guys like the new update. We did a lot of good stuff, a lot to explore and find. I'm really happy with it. There's a few bugs, but we'll knock those out for the next update. So,
well, we'll try and knock some of them out.
I think we can hit a lot of them. We got a good team. So
hey, we did with this last one. We did knock out some of the really, really annoying ones, like the corpses still breathing on a client when they were killed.
As a problem. What was the problem?
That's because you're always hosting.
That's right. What was the problem? Or, wolves knocking you up into the air. I mean, come on, that was fine. That was like...
Or not being able to hear when a rock was mined out.
Yeah, that was... what's the problem?
Those weren't annoying at all. So,
yeah, those...
And one thing that I did actually get clarification on, I should have actually said this when you were talking about it earlier, was if you guys had been trying to get the 21:9 ratio on your monitors, which is one of those crazy monitor ratios, that actually now works. The thing that we had put in a couple of updates ago that Jackie figured out how to do if your monitor supported it to actually get it to work, had a bug in it that she had found, and that is in that update. That's what the additional monitor support stuff actually meant. So I went and asked for some clarification on that one, because somebody had asked.
Knocking out bugs like a boss.
Mm-hmm. All right, I think we're officially done. So
I didn't go through my monologue.
I thought you did.
No, I kind of did, but then I let you do stuff. And hold on. All right, I can make this
talk.
quick. I can't. I get excited. So all right, hold on. I found a super huge stone. All right, as I address nobody that's in the game. So I just want to say thank you to everybody out there. I appreciate the support as always. You guys, not to go into great detail, but you guys have helping us make this great game. Your feedback, your finding bugs, posting them up in our forum. It's really helpful, and it means a lot to us. You guys did about 4 packs out there for your friends and family. That's super cool. So hopefully you guys have been enjoying what we've been doing. Hopefully you enjoy our streams, because Chloe and I are very by the seat of our pants in these streams. It's not really, anything scripted. We're not, we just have fun. That's really the whole point of this. I mean, making games. If you didn't have fun making games, what's the point? And I can tell you I have a ton of fun. And I, as a developer that works on a small team making this little indie game that's different, that we're trying to be different than other survival games out there, it means a great deal to me and our team here at Signal Studios that you guys support us. So thank you very much. We got a lot of good stuff planned. Think about probably around the 15th of July is when we'll be shooting for the next patch. Just to be open and honest, I'm very transparent. If you haven't posted up a review about the game, please do. I love positive, I love negative, and I will try to comment on the review. I do thank everybody that posts up a review and taking their time out of their gaming schedule to comment on the game, again, positive or negative. It means a lot to us, and I do get feedback out of that in terms of how we can improve the game. It does mean it, but what I do appreciate is when you actually give details. Say, that means a lot. You know, if it's like, oh, this is a survival game, thumbs down. I mean, but if you say, hey, here's some issues, here's the pros and cons, that goes a long way in helping us make a better experience. So thank you guys very much. We've gone 20 minutes over. I could stream mostly all day if I had pizza and other stuff. So food and drink, that would be great. But anyway, thank you guys. Until next week. For those of you in the U.S., it's 4th of July barbecue time. For those of you in other countries, have a great weekend, and thank you very much for supporting us.
Yep. See you
That's
guys
it.
next week.
Now I got to figure out how to turn this thing off.
And
Bye
go
bye,
watch the
everybody.
Twincasters if you want another chance to win, or go play with them. So
Yes,
we're going to be
go
hosting
play.
them very
Have
shortly.
fun.
So
Win the game.
ciao.
All right. So hold on, Chloe. I got this.
Uh-huh.
All right.